The untold story behind Yandy Smith's ICU emergency. Nobody saw this coming. Yandy Smith, entrepreneur, reality TV icon, and the epitome of strength, is now in the ICU, fighting for her life. But the situation takes a bizarre turn. Doctors initially declared her condition critical, only to abruptly change course, claiming she was improving. No explanations. No details. Just a vague reassurance that she was fine. Something doesn't add up. Fans are in shock. Close friends are demanding answers. And the entire love and hip-hop community is buzzing with rumors of a cover-up. Could there be more to this story than meets the eye? Is someone deliberately keeping the truth hidden? And most importantly, what are the doctors not telling us? A glamorous evening takes a dark turn. Hours before the emergency, Yandy was the center of attention at an exclusive industry event in Atlanta. She was glowing, laughing, networking, taking pictures with fellow celebrities. Everything seemed normal. Then, something changed. By 1:30 a.m., witnesses noticed a shift in Yandy's demeanor. She became distant, distracted, clutching her stomach as if in pain. Moments later, she collapsed. Chaos erupted. Drinks spilled. Guests screamed for help. Security rushed in as paramedics fought through the crowd. By the time she was loaded into the ambulance, she was barely conscious. And that's when things got even stranger. The deafening silence that sparked suspicion. As news of Yandy's hospitalization spread, social media exploded with speculation. She was perfectly fine earlier. What happened? Somebody better start talking because this doesn't make sense. Prayers up for Yandy, but why is nobody saying what's wrong? Cryptic messages from celebrities started pouring in, prayer emojis, vague well wishes, but no real information. That's when suspicions started to rise. By 3 a.m., Yandy had been moved to the ICU. That's when her husband, Mendices Harris, got the call. He dropped everything and raced to the hospital, only to be met with sterile responses from the medical staff. The doctors are doing everything they can. Please have a seat. His wife was in critical condition, and that was all they had to say? Unexpected visitors and unanswered questions. As the hours passed, more unexpected faces appeared at the hospital. Close friends like Kimbella made sense. But then Erica Mena walked in. Wait, Erica Mena? Yandy and Erica had never been the closest. So why was she there? And it didn't stop there. Industry insiders who hadn't been around Yandy in years began showing up. Outside, reporters gathered. Cameras flashed. And at exactly 4:07 a.m., something even more shocking happened. A doctor stepped into the waiting room and whispered something to Mendices. One moment, he was anxious. The next, he was livid. He stormed out of the hospital, phone in hand, yelling. What do you mean? That doesn't make sense. How is that even possible? What did they tell him? Who was on the other end of that call? A cover-up in progress? If Yandy was truly improving, why had hospital security suddenly doubled? Why were medical staff dodging questions? Why was there still no clear answer about what had happened? And then, Mendices vanished. One moment, he was pacing outside, arguing on the phone. The next, he was gone. Rumors spread like wildfire. Was Yandy poisoned? Was this personal? Who had something to gain? By 5 a.m., the hospital was on edge. Then, in walked Rich Dallas, followed by Chrissy Lampkin. Yes, Chrissy. The same Chrissy who had been at the center of some of love and hip-hop's most explosive fights with Yandy. The same Chrissy who once vowed never to be in the same room as her again. When Rich and Chrissy entered, the tension in the room shifted. Erica, already on edge, snapped. What the hell are y'all doing here? Rich, composed but firm, replied. Same reason you are, I need answers. Accusations flew. Suspicions mounted. Then, Mendices returned. And he looked shaken. Pale. Eyes red. Like he had just seen a ghost. Rich stepped forward. Yo, what's going on? What did they tell you? Mendices swallowed hard. His voice was low, but his words sent chills through the room. They're lying to us. The truth starts to surface. The room tensed. Kimbella's voice quivered. Wait, what? Who's lying? About what? Mendices ran a hand over his face, his frustration boiling over. The doctors. The hospital. They're not telling us everything. Chrissy, despite her history with Yandy, looked genuinely concerned. That doesn't make sense. Why would they move her and not say why? Rich's expression darkened. Because they're covering something up. Then, he dropped the bombshell. This wasn't an accident. Silence. Kimbella's eyes widened. What are you saying? Rich leaned in, lowering his voice. Yandy was fine all night. Then, out of nowhere, she collapses? That don't sit right with me. Mendices shook his head. You think someone did this to her? That doesn't make sense. Who? Rich's jaw clenched. The real question is, who had something to gain? Then, the room froze as Rich uttered one chilling name. Judy. Mendices blinked. My mother? Rich didn't flinch. She's been bad-mouthing Yandy for months. And now, out of nowhere, Yandy is in the ICU under mysterious circumstances? Do the math. Mendices lunged at Rich. Shut the hell up. That's my mother. She might not like Yandy, but she'd never. Chrissy crossed her arms. Wouldn't she? Last time I checked, she wasn't too happy about Yandy taking you away from her. Some people see threats and eliminate them. Then, Mendices' phone rang. The name on the screen made his stomach drop. Judy. He hesitated. The entire room held its breath. Slowly, he answered. Ma. Her voice was shaky. Baby, we need to talk. His grip tightened. Talk about what? A deep breath. Then. I didn't mean for this to happen. The room went ice cold. Mendices' voice was barely above a whisper. Didn't mean for what? Ma, what did you do? Judy broke down. I just wanted her to slow down. To stop making you choose between me and her. I never meant for her to get hurt. Mendices felt his world collapse beneath him. Ma, you drugged my wife? Judy sobbed. I didn't know it would go this far. And just like that, it was war. Then, a doctor finally entered the room. Mr. Harris, we need to talk about Yandy's condition. Mendices stepped forward. Is she awake? Is she okay? The doctor hesitated. She's stable. But there are complications. And just like that, they realized this nightmare was far from over.